here. We actually have a Dragon Hunter here on the red team. Frankie Four Eyes. Voodoo. Deadeye. Zealith. Core Guardian. Still Core Guardian. Very interesting. Very interesting. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if there's any particular reason why this is being played. But, I mean, I guess we'll find out. And Josh not playing. Wait, isn't Josh the guy who has the Reaper called
Essa não é a primeira partida, tá, guys? Eu pulei algumas partidas já tinha deixado pré-selecionado.
As well. Okay. This is a
que as primeiras partidas estavam bem não competitivas, sabe? Então eu já pulei para essas partidas que estão mais competitivas. Acho que essa é a terceira ou quarta partida do torneio.
Relic of the Defender as well. Oh, look at that. 5% heal. Whenever you land a block, the Marauder Amulet. Because we did see Dragon Hunter do pretty well, actually, in I think the last monthly. I think that was being played by a Spree, right?
Olha como é diferente o meta deles lá. Apesar de ter Crono suporte, né? Crono suporte.
It's not going to be a random core guardian, second core guardian. It's going to be only one core guardian this time around. You know, I think 2 would be ridiculous.
Suporte Guardian. Galera gosta mesmo, né, desse core guardian suporte, né? Tem gente, é clássico o negócio.
Like, do we really want Sagebrand back in the game? It was a fun build to play, but it was also, I think, one of the most obnoxious builds to ever exist. Well, maybe it's not that bad, actually, but it was pretty bad. Regardless of that, we have the French team here on the blue team. It's full French, full gaming. We love to see it. Here they are, and again, we already have this kind of a 3-node style coming out, and then we go for a push over here. Intercepting, denying that, will catch the
Tem uma galera jogando de FB, né, mas tá fraco,
picked up there by the Deadeye. No potential to revive. It's kind of an interesting thing about the current metagame, actually, is that there's not much revive potential unless you're playing Core Guard with Signet of Mercy. But of course, Chronomancer does not have a Signet of Mercy equivalent, so you can't really res super well. Feedback and of course stuff like Time Warp can be really useful. You can kind of use them as pseudo revive tools because of just being able to deny pressure and deny cleave on your opponents. Can lead to some very volatile encounters. They are able to actually trade though, as is already off respawn. The Untamed was picked up by the blue team during all of that chaos. The fight's still raging here on middle actually. Red team getting the better of it though actually.
Time azul tá só no meta.
Able to actually get the node. Blue team now looking to neutralize it. They are successfully able to do that. So far, the fight just kind of continues here. Dragon Hunter just doing thing. Oh, that's a massive hit, actually, onto the Soul Beast of blue team. Guys, Dragon Hunter's actually OP. What can we say? Nice little barrier there, not utilizing the portal to pull that player over. But blue just kind of stalling this out. Ooh, Necro maybe, though, stalling a little bit too much. Gets blown up by the Dragon Hunter and the Reaper. That's going to be sending them back to respawn. But red... Again, they have failed to actually control the map here. They have not been able to get nodes. Blink available from Chrono should be able to get them out of harm's way mostly. Still have Signet of Illusions as well, so good cooldowns available here that can reload all these shatters if it is necessary. So yeah, the Chrono should be able to re-engage pretty okay here, I think, to help out Draza, who is this time going to be on the Berserker. Oh, hang on a minute. Not quite enough though, actually. Draza attempting a 1v4. Oh, the portal was nearly landed there, but not quite in time. So red team, they've got to find their footing here, though. Like, I feel like... I don't... What is going on here? Red team, they're getting run around a little bit. Like, they're able to get these kills, but blue team is standing on the points, and red team kind of isn't.
Consistente, sim.
That might be something to do with the composition, of course. It is a slightly unconventional setup here, and you can see they pick up another kill on Azaz, and now they have actually solidified their hold over on the windmill, getting rid of Draza, now rid of Azaz. They should be able to hold that for a while. Maybe they can convert this into a big fight on middle. Yeah, it looks like they are going to be able to. They're pushing away the Soul Beast tip. Not able to hold on to this, so let's see if red can solidify this. Here we go. And let's see what red team wants to do next, actually. Are they going to play defensively, or do they want to keep pushing the map? Looks like they are going to be playing defensively here, actually. I think that kind of makes sense on this map on Kyhlo, to be honest. They've been doing pretty well on these fights. They have the Deadeye. The Deadeye can very easily go and pressure this node, and you only need 2 to win the game. 70 points now to 89. And actually, the blue team Chrono, not in a good spot, actually. This is not where blue team Chrono needs to be right now. Does have feedback, and that will be really useful because I think that will be applying super speed. Yep, there you go. There's the super speed. Able to wriggle away. You can see how fast you are with super speed. Able to just literally run away from things. Bit of a hold W situation. fight starting up on middle, but blue team is split. The Chronomancer was isolated from the Necromancer. Ooh, a bit of a fumble here, I feel like, actually, from the blue team in the middle game. Slightly uncharacteristic, I want to say. There a little bit of a fumble. And Red actually taking the advantage. They found their footing.
Mano, FB é difícil, né? É uma das specs mais difíceis que tem do jogo de aprender, né? É muito botão,
literally dies instantly. It's always funny to see that happen, to be honest with you. But Draz is dead as well, so players being traded off across the map, and Red Team just trying to do the thing. They're trying to decap that corner, hold on to middle. They've got the team fight.
O time azul, eles estão bobeando um pouco em rotação.
They have that DPS output.
Mas eu acredito que a comp deles seja melhor.
In these situations, it's still
Por isso que o jogo ainda tá
in these
close.
team fights. It's got that stability application, a lot of stability, a lot of healing throughput that is kind of enabling it to stand firm pretty well here. I think Chronomancer would also be capable of doing the same thing. There's no revival here for Azaz either. Bear that in mind, right? Like, Azaz just gets annihilated. I think Red Team have kind of found their strength here. Blue Team is going to have to find a way to kind of rotate around this, I feel like. And maybe this is the problem of having no Thief. You've got to bear in mind, there's no Thief right now on the blue team. Which is very unusual, to be honest. Of course, this is a map
jogar sem Thief é foda mesmo, ainda mais nesse mapa, mano.
Não
tem ninguém pra decapar esses nodes, tá vendo?
But Thief is just so fantastic for forcing bad rotations from your opponent. Like, even on this map, I'd kind of expect to see it all the time because of how powerful it is.
Eu acho que era um suco muito da hora, foda que é papel pra porra, verdade, gente, aqui é...
just kind of force their opponents to fight them on their terms
over and over again. Mas é que você tem que acostumar com os blocos, distortion, evade. Quando você acostuma, mano, ele fica tanker.
Yet again, Untamed combined with the Dragon Hunter actually putting in the work over here. In fact, able to rotate into the team fight. And Blue's got nothing. Necromancer goes down, was already so low. No revival, no support available. Az is having to run away here as well. I mean, Blue Team, their aggression has been completely blunted. They have nothing. They're going to have to come up with an idea here. Draza going for a push again, but that hasn't actually been working super well right now.
Cadê você nesse PvP? Salve, salve o Damancio, meu querido. Esse daqui é o torneio mensal, mano. Esse daqui é o europeu. Mas nem no NA a gente tá, não. Não cheguei nem nas oitavas de final do NA, meu querido. Não tem time, né? Jogo com aleatórios. Aí fica mais difícil.
Being a really big focus for the red team, actually. Really been trying to eliminate that Vindicator from the match consistently throughout this entire situation. Now Draza does get a big win here. Able to win into the Untamed.
Se tivesse um timezinho bacana pra participar, aí seria legal. Mas quando é como é aleatório a galera, participo mais pela diversão mesmo, pra às vezes tiro um 1v1 legal, consigo solar um cara bom aí, né?
Dragon Hunter getting caught a little bit, does have renewed focus though. And here comes the support there from the core guardian. There it is.
Muita piada, velho. Boneco é preso no chão. Sim.
Good disengages from Red. They're just trying to defuse this fight until they can actually engage it on their terms. The Necro in trouble. Drops down there to the Guardian, though. Tries to kite away. They're in a bit of a vulnerable position, but Blue Team not quite able to capitalize on that. And massive damage coming out from the Dragon Hunter. The Dragon Hunter is absolutely blasting right now, actually. In all of these fights, just doing so much DPS. Combined with that Reaper, it looks like it's a little bit too much. And this is not good for Blue. Blue can't fight there. You can't fight there. No, they absolutely can't. Not able to, kind of getting caught there. Too much snares. For Blue Team to disengage correctly, and Red just
o time vermelho tá só jogando melhor mesmo, velho. Tá rotacionando melhor, tá se posicionando melhor no mapa. Como o time azul não tem nenhum tifizinho pra decapar node, a chance de virada do game fica muito menor.
There's going to be the Deadeye coming in, of course, as well, and that's just not going to work. Yeah, boom! There's the Dragon Hunter. Lands the pull straight through there, annihilating the Vindicator. Of course, we do have the plus.
Pra montar um time BR, tem uns caras bons, foda é unir na hora certa. Sim, Onodate. Bora, mas bora. Eu topo demais, mano. Uma vez a galera tentou fazer aí, mas sei lá, não deu muito certo não, acho.
Dragon Hunter, for those who are interested, for a bit of extra sustain, basically. Lots of blocks to be had, of course, especially with the F3. Draza beginning this 1v1. I think, did do well in this last time, but the Deadeye is on it, and that's going to deny this clean 1v1. It's not being respected. And look at this Deadeye damage output. This Berserker is in a lot of trouble. I'm kind of expecting to see maybe the Thief being played by Draza if this team actually ends up in a rematch, because I think playing Thiefless here did not work out well for the blue team whatsoever, in addition to just an incredibly strong team fight. The combination of this Core Guardian, the Dragon Hunter, and the Necromancer is a little bit too much for the blue team's comp. Like, the Vindicator not able to live, not able to pressure this stuff super effectively in these team fights. It's the AoE, the area denial of this of the Dragon Hunter. Really putting in a lot of work. Definitely good on this map. It's a pretty tight map with a lot of corridors you can force your opponents into, and we really saw the meat grinder here, right? Like on these stairs in particular, that's where the Dragon Hunter can really shine, utilizing Procession of Blades and Test of Faith. How about that? Now that really is fun. Now Red Team in a bit of trouble though. The Necromancer does a really good spectral back and then immediately converts it into a kill on the blue Necromancer. No revive potential there, and the Reaper stands firm, has a heal skill in a couple of seconds. Guardian resetting very nicely. We're just going to see more kills here, and that's actually well, we're not going to see more kills because that is the end of the game.
O time vermelho eu não sei quem é não. Será que é a 55?
That was an exciting game, very exciting game there actually from Red. A bit of a shaky start, and you know it did take a little bit of time for Red Team to get their solidity, their solid hold on the map. But once they had it, they were just deflecting and parrying all of the aggression from blue left and right.
É verdade, mano. Cada joga do que sabe aí, bora. Aí nós tenta montar uma estratégia em cima disso, né? É true. Tô trabalhando das 7 às 17 com uma hora de almoço, chego em casa, tomo um banho, gente acaba a noite. Não, é foda o calanguinho, é uma merda, é foda, mano. Te entendo, mano, te entendo perfeitamente. Vida de assalariado, né?
That was an absolute massacre.
Passei por isso por muitos anos.
Impressive, very impressive. Let's see what else have we got going on. Man, look how fast these games are.
Sim, verdade, verdade.
It is a complete slaughter in all of these rounds.
Drazo, Azures, os caras são bons, só que eu... É que eu não sei quem que era o time vermelho ali, eu não sei se era o 55 Dragons. Acho que não, né?
Okay, we have got ourselves a match on a razor's edge as well. 1 point apiece. The Spectre in trouble though. Portapper gets pulled back in. Dies on node, knew they weren't getting out of that. Good play. Forces the immediate stomp.
Aí é tenso com o calanguinho, aí é foda, pô.
But Blue actually losing their own player. 2% HP on this Warrior that's
barely
able to kill this Reaper. The Reaper going for the self-res. Yeah, you don't know. Don't do it. Don't self-res. This is not the time. Kind of a bit of a classic mistake here. Just basically delays their own respawn here, essentially, at this stage of the game. Not what you want to be doing right now. And Red Team, of course, securing that node after getting that kill. There is actually the Ranger coming in. Wait, is this a Druid? It is a Druid. Is there? Oh no! Oh, hang on!
Ele vai tentar, ele vai ressar, guys.
Actually, the Giga Chad play. We have the Glyph of Stars. You've got to be kidding me! No way! The self-res actually pays off massively.
No.
Could this be what Blue Team needs? The Reaper is back in the mix.
No.
There's no way this actually carries the game. I don't believe it. The Warrior is actually getting chunked right now by that Reaper. Why is the Druid not helping? Like, maybe the... Okay. Ah!
Nossa,
okay. Well, never mind. Goes for the res again. Does have Signet of Stone, so might be able to find it, actually. Is able to find it. And like, I feel like they should either... What do they want to do? Do they want to take the fight or go on the node? Looks like they're not really sure about that. But regardless, the Druid now go back in for the contest. It's exactly even on the points. Yeah, Druid's in a bit pressured. Does have the Signet of Renewal, but the pet was dead, so the transfer didn't work. Oh no! All the commies still applied. Hodel coming in there with the Reaper for the immediate kill. Warrior secures his node. Blue Team in a little bit of trouble. Can they get middle though? Actually, I think they can. I don't think Red Team can respond to this in time. They have their engineers still holding this position over here, actually. And we also have Narcissistic. Well, you know, a Warrior main who's at least honest. I respect it. With the staff, they should be able to hold this 2v2, maybe even winning it, actually, as they have their opponent very pressured. The Holsmith, though, in a little bit of trouble. Who's going to go down first here? There's no revive available for either, actually. Who's going to get the cleave here? Looks like, do we have a Shadow Step Stomp, maybe, from the... Yeah, we do. We do have a Shadow Step Stomp available here from the Spectre. Warrior's going to have to hold the 1v2. Could be winning the game here. Meanwhile, we actually have Blue Team dying here in middle. Chronomancer in a little bit of trouble. That's going to be neutral at best. Reaper, I don't think can effectively hold this, to be perfectly honest. He maybe might be able to stall it a little bit. Can we see a 1v1 victory over here? Maybe from the Druid? No, nowhere near enough damage to get through the Berserker, I think. We now have the respawn from the Holosmith. This could lead to a decapture situation. Blue Team getting reinforced, actually. The Warrior was able to hold, actually, quite nicely against the Red Team. But now, of course, red team will be creeping into the lead. We need to see nodes here coming through now. We have the support of Respawn. We need some damage here instantaneously. Red team are a little bit slow to rotate. This actually might allow a neutralization to come through here from the blue team, but they're going to need the full cap. We also have the Tempest here, which will slow down this fight a lot. There's the neutralization. Bear in mind, if blue team caps this node, they can still win the game, but they do need to capture or at least get some kills to get back into the advantage position here.
Nossa senhora, que jogão, mano.
They're going to try to decapture middle, and actually with the holo, they're going to get that as well. Again, blue team a little bit slow on the rotations. There's the kill there. They need to get this decap. They've got to kill this quickly. They do not have time to spare. But that's not going to work. I don't think that this is way too late for this. Spectre will die almost immediately, I think. Does have some evasion here. We have a bit of reinforcements coming in from the Virtuoso, but it's a little bit too late in my opinion. Here comes the kill though. Actually does manage to get a massive burst, but again, does not have the... Has the... No.
Nossa!
That was,
Nossa, mano, na última kill, velho.
Actually, from the Virtuoso. The holo dying there was so brutal into the immediate stealth zone. That was actually good. Okay. Oh,
caralho, no. Guys.
The holo dying there was unbelievably tragic. I think red team might have won anyway, actually. But yeah, very chaotic game there. Absolute insanity.
O cara tá com a mesma build maluco do Viits, só que de druida. Falaram que ele era louco, ele era visionário. Aí, tá vendo? Cara, do Tiff ontem no meu time, dei uns 5 reais no Tiff Fire e o duo dele no final me mandou PM e deu bloco que eu tava fidando. Ainda tiltou com o Subliminal na live de graça. Caralho. Cada meme que tiver é foda, ô Nodate.
Nails, Wales,
delícia de partida sair sim, mano. Pô, jogão.
Fairly interesting map.
Ó, o time do Gornit capa blanca contra Zintrex. Ó, jogão, hein, jogão. Daí é alto nível do europeu. Os dois lados.
Look, I like bosses when they're a little bit silly. I think having so...
Ih, vai cair de novo, quer ver? Deixa eu ver em quanto que tá, mais ou menos 3:15.
Look, I like bosses when they're a little bit silly. I think having stuff like you know,
do nada os
if a boss is a giant
entendi.
crab or a slug, I think that's pretty funny.
Hold on to your points.
All right, here we go. Do want to point out this guy's name is Dark Cosmic.
Esses caras aí é tudo,
you know, so he's role playing with his
tudo plat mais lá no europeu,
guys. Very proud of the comment. I respect it. Okay, we have the Thief actually capping point A, where we have the Druid pushing over to intercept the Warrior immediately. So, blue team going to have to play pretty safe on middle here, at least for the time being. Need to chill until their reinforcements arrive. But red team actually were able to get that node. I'm not sure if the blue Druid is going to be happy about this, because I'm not sure if the Druid is going to actually have the pressure to kind of get rid of this Warrior. Of course, this is the Condi Druid. Actually, maybe, yeah, this is the Condi Druid, so there is going to be some DPS here, but... will be take a while to resolve, that's for sure. The rotator immediately does rotate in though, just allowing that team fight a mill just to get stalled, at least for the time being. We do have a reinforcement moving in there. It's going to be Erozik moving in to help out. He gets a big burst immediately onto the rotator and should be able to stabilize this matchup pretty well. Vindicator also quite interesting in that it has a little bit of support that it can actually throw over to its allies as well. And Zintrex stands very firm actually, and red team able to actually secure middle, so a good start here for the red team.
Vantagem com esses double node,
not really work out in their favor whatsoever, and they were able to hold the team fight, as you might expect given the opener, pretty nicely. Now we do have blue team starting to move in here. They said, well, you know what, that didn't really work out.
O time vermelho tá com uma composição melhor pra esse mapa, guys.
Not quite able to finish the job though. Some
double Vindicator, mano, nesse mapa faz muita diferença.
Just as Gornit goes on, yeah, the cleaver should be good from the Reaper. I think this revive is not going to happen. Absolutely not. There we go. Kill comes through, and Capablanca also falling, and red team, they hold firm. Very classic opener, just play 2 nodes, you know. We love to see it. They hold firm, deny their opponent's push, and they're good to go. Still bleeding out the Revenant over here as respawns start to come through. And blue, the ball is kind of in their court now. They're going to have to try and do something. But yeah, this push on the Zintrex, like, he is the immovable object. He's not going anywhere. Like, they have not been able to get rid of him just yet. The Druid's still trying to be as annoying as possible here. Of course, difficult to kill is the Druid, but with the Vindicator and the Warrior, that could potentially change. Very high mobility, though, that sword weapon set. from the Druid, able to wriggle away quite nicely. Not getting anything done just yet, but also not a crazy amount happening on the map right now. Red team even able to actually find the time to get a decap as well. No Thief being played here as well by Red team, guys. Bear that in mind. There's no Thief. And that's not a crazy surprise to see them play a little bit more defensively. Okay, you know, if you do, it's much harder to play 3 nodes. I think impossible actually to play 3 nodes against a Thief if you don't have a Thief of your own. Maybe you can do 3 nodes if it's like a giga bunker meta and you can have a bunker sitting on every single node, but that's not the case right now, thank goodness. Zintrax is starting to get a little bit low here, but actually is able to hold quite nicely. Has his heal still pretty soon, does have a block, no shield on the sword, of course, has the sword off hand instead, so doesn't end up going down to there. Could the red team maybe get in here and help this? I don't think so, especially poison from the Druid is going to make this very difficult to get any kind of revival action here whatsoever. Chronomancer now moving into the mix. Ooh, Rotator gets caught actually, disengaging away from that +1, immediately getting killed there. The other Vindicator picking up that kill, and blue team not able to get that much done on the map here. Not just yet, actually. Ooh, maybe a slightly scuffed situation there. Like, red team going for the reinforce, but a little bit of a clumsy rotation there. Reaper goes in maybe a little bit too soon. Immediately gets eviscerated by the blue team. Not ideal. And all of a sudden, the red team is a little bit fragmented here. They're a bit discombobulated. They're going to have to try and just stall, hold these fights until they're able to regroup. Ooh, the Daredevil looking for a pick here onto Erozik. We do have the block available, so I think Erozik should be okay there. Oh! Yeah. Watch out for Eternity's Requiem. That's a fun ability to get hit by. Pretty big damage there. It looks like red team trying to re-engage. Ooh, Erozik gets fully caught off though here. He's been dropped down. This is very bad for him. I don't think there's no way out here. Absolutely not, yeah. And instantly killed there, just as the Reaper comes back. That's not good. That's the kind of thing that blue team needs.
Chance de virar ainda, guys. Esse jogo não acabou, não.
Getting a kill,
bleeding vai fazer muita diferença. Reza ali, mano. Reza. Por que ele não vai rezar?
Honestly, I respect it.
Os caras esqueceu dele bleedando ali, velho.
If someone goes in downstate, maybe they just shouldn't have done that. Do they deserve to be
revived? Dava pra rezar, mano. Que...
SkyHammer now in play.
Nossa, eu acho que foi errado isso daí, mano.
Denying that almost immediately. Erozik,
será que ele não viu? Ou será que foi caldo do próprio cara que tava caído falou não me resta? Parecia que dava pra rezar, hein, guys?
Red team just concedes that they're not going to be fighting over anything. No node is captured anyway. Just a little bit of pressure. Red team picking up point C here. Still maintaining their advantage. Gornet gets caught here. Big immobilizers coming through. Does have full shroud, but very low HP. We're going to have to see immediate healing from the Chronomancer as soon as Gornet's going to drop shroud. There's the drop shroud, yeah. Healing coming through. Nice team play there, actually. We see the Saint Victor abilities being used there to actually heal the Necromancer a bit too. And Erozik exploded in between nodes there. A little bit caught out of position trying to get back into this fight. And blue team, I mean, I feel like they're kind of winning right now. I feel like they're kind of winning this game. Yeah, another Vindicator gets picked off. Can they now secure this node and get rid of Zintrax's hold on it? Let's see if they can make that happen. They're going to be outnumbering 4-3 here while their Thief is capping the rest of the map. Do they get any more, though? They really want to get rid of this Chronomancer or this Warrior, I think. Chrono might be the target here. Gets a good blink to disengage, but what the cooldown's looking like, actually. Ooh, not much going on here. Distort is in 1 second, but that chill, oh, yeah, chill. Preventing it from coming back off cooldown just in the nick of time. Blue team actually picking up the SkyHammer as well. Going to prevent anything going on there and drive the opponents away there.
Como vem, guys.
Both nodes. Zintrax going for a push over to point A will be intercepted by the Rotator at the same time. Of course, Daredevil can actually be highly competent in 1v1 matchups, as you can see here.
Funny enough, it can do really well against Warrior, of course, because Warrior is susceptible to blind.
A little bit less so these days, though, actually, because, of course, Warrior does have some... You know, some options. This trait in particular, resilient role giving you resistance. Very nice against blind. Which is definitely a big weakness of Warrior.
Lindo jump dodge, mano. Caralho,
Blue, kind of crawling back into this game now. They are crawling. They're back in. Blue Druid, though, does get taken out. Right as I said, they're crawling back into the game.
Esse bleed no Druida.
And now they're not
crawling. Será que é uma boa ideia, guys? Bleedar Ranger?
Gornet wriggling away. Chronomancer's here. And good disengage as well, only losing one player, not the end of the world, I think, for the blue team.
Não.
Still in a good position. Looks like the Thief is going to be sent to deal with point A. Zintrex in a little bit of trouble, but leaps back to the support and is pretty much good to go. Let's see what the target's going to be here. I think we're going to be seeing focus onto the Chronomancer, onto the Necromancer potentially as well. But meanwhile, it's the Vindicator for blue that's in a whole lot of trouble there. Capablanca desperately trying to evade 60 HP. The condition ticks him.
Caralho.
Tick. And that's going to be a bit of a setback here for blue. They do have their Druid back now. Might need to actually just use the Druid just to hold on a little bit.
Muito jogo bom esses torneios desse mês, hein?
Right now without that Vindicator. Tick. Druid makes it to middle. And again, that means not the worst loss for blue, right? They've been doing a good job of mitigating their losses here. They haven't really been giving away multiple kills. They haven't been giving away multiple nodes for a single kill, which is exactly what you want to see. Both teams back to full strength now, with blue having a very slight advantage over their opponents. Druid getting 2v1'd here, but here comes the support, and that should be easily enough to hold on to that, especially now with Capablanca moving in. That all of a sudden turns the tables here. This could be very dangerous for Erzik. Is Erzik going to fall here? I think he may well do that. Erzik is going to go down, and actually the Chronomancer was taking the brunt of that attack as well, trying to go for support, and the Reaper. Oh, a brutal fight here, actually. Wow, the Hunter became the Hunted. They thought they were getting a little bit of a 2v1 gank onto the Druid, but in fact, the Druid was bait, and that can be a good use of builds that are like this, kind of like your slightly, you know, very tanky builds.
Agora o time azul vai abrir muita vantagem, mano. Esse double bleed deles aí vai fazer muita diferença.
That's exactly what happened to Red. Oh, wow.
Ixi, triple bleed agora.
Brutal slam now. Those 3 kills snowballed into another kill onto Zintrex. This should give the SkyHammer for free for the Druid, and of course lead to point C being neutralized. I don't think Red Team can hold on to this. They're going to be, it's going to be a long time before they can actually regroup, by the way. Zintrex is just now dying, which is quite bad, actually. Another 15 seconds before the Red Team has 5 players. Directly engaging here is going to be very, very rough, especially seeing as one of their Vindicators is already getting a little bit pressured here, trying to kind of stall the blue team a little bit. Wait, Erzik runs in and feeds. Okay. Well, I mean, that's a bit unfortunate. And now a triple cap for blue team. And they've got a very solid position here as well on SkyHammer. Again, it is a bit of a slower map. It can be quite difficult to dislodge your opponents. They're just going to go for an all-out fight. All players are now back in action on both teams. The Reaper for Red Team is already getting battered a little bit. The Druid is kind of watching the nodes there. We'll have to get into this fight to make it an even 5v5. Capablanca, the other Vindicator on blue team, also being focused very, very hard. Reaper in a little bit of trouble, though, actually. Is forced to disengage. Looks like Capablanca is going to go for the pursuit here, potentially. Yep, wants to try and fit. Oh, yep, gets trolled there by the little SkyHammer pad. Unlucky. Chronomancer of blue getting focused very heavily. Has burned every single cooldown, actually. Is in a huge amount of trouble. Tries to hold on. Needs support from the team, though. And actually, Red Vindicator secures that kill instantaneously. Looks like this could be a big win in favor of the Red Team. That double Vindicator delivering the damage that they need to win this team fight.
Será que dá tempo?
Falling as well. Capablanca falling. Ooh, it might be a full wipe here.
Será que dá tempo, guys?
This is honestly maybe okay because they can still keep pressure on the map. But actually, if the Druid dies,
quatro
die.
caídos
do time azul. Too late here, I think. Well, maybe not too little, but certainly too late.
Double
blue team. And now up to nearly 450 points with only 4 minutes left. They actually still holding this node too as well. The Rotator doing a good job at just holding this. We'll be able to stand on this node and just
Caralho, Chief tá segurando bem contra o Spellbreaker,
mano. A little bit here. Very, very low actually. Needs to be careful not to die, of course. But actually is able to survive quite nicely. And Red Team, they know they kind of have to play very aggressively here. They're going for an immediate decap, which I think is correct if they want to try and win. They need to keep getting kills. They need to keep the blue team on the back foot if they want to make a comeback.
Salve, Fabião, meu querido. Boa noite, mano.
Okay, that's actually definitely a step on the long road to recovering this game. But they need a triple cap. They need a triple cap here. They absolutely do.
Será que eles viram esse game, guys?
Impressive Bloodboying Pyramid by Vivi, actually. He actually nearly got it. He missed it by 2. Impressive. Red Team, they're trying to make it happen. Thief pushing the Vindicator, but yeah, the Rotator going to be shoved away there by that. And now, Red Team securing this node as well. They have their Warrior in position. And middle is neutral, but they kind of need more than this. They need to get rid of this Druid. And they need to get this node. Do they win in 3 minutes? 3 minutes is 180 seconds. With it, yeah, no, they don't. They do not win with a double cap. They must get a triple cap. Oh, actually, no, they do win. I lied. They do win on a triple cap.
Manda esse garoto mimado para de
I know how
narrar.
numbers work.
Pior que
Double
não tem
cap is
como,
enough.
Fabião.
Assuming the blue team doesn't get any more points. They will actually get to 500 points, in fact, if they're able to hold this map state. Can they make it happen? Zintrex actually holding this 1v2 is insanely important. He needs to not die here. Yeah, is going to be driven away though. Oh, yeah, that Reaper shot landing through the terrain. Oh! Yeah, that is very unfortunate.
Morreu. Lá se vai a chance deles de virar o game, guys.
Couldn't really
Pô, tinha chance, eu acho, hein?
Got picked off.
Essa morte nos Zintrex aí fudeu.
Was going to die if he stayed there as well. So very unfortunate.
Será que resta?
Será
que resta? Será que resta?
Revival here? No, I certainly don't
resta.
think so. It's going to be having to trying to kill Gornet and Fly after we see the deaths come through. Ooh, this is really spicy. Gornet actually goes down here. Erozik finds that kill immediately. They're going for the revival. That feedback is really powerful there. The resistance is going to be big. It's denying some of the damage, but it's not enough actually. As Capablanca goes down, I don't believe this is actually an insane comeback here. We have Ultra Scuff starting to fall here. Capablanca goes down, and Mamaya's also. Gornet in trouble. He's going to go for the node, but he's dead. Knows he's dead. Just dies on the node to make them kill him quicker. To go for the respawn. I think we are seeing a fully successful comeback here from the red team. This is going to be a big one. No respawns for 10 seconds here from the blue team. Oh, SkyHammer would be really annoying actually if red team lose that. And they do lose a player here as we have the Druid and the Rotator in the mix here. Reaper's going to have to hold this. This is just so awkward right now. I think we need to see some Rotators away. Yeah, I like Zintrex leaving it. Needs to hold on to point C. Has got to be knowing that the Rotator's going for that. Yes, might be able to make it in time to deny. Does do it with the Rampage. I really like that. Very smart rotation there from the Warrior. Has to hold on, but I think we can't afford to see many players committed here. This is where things are really, really scary, I think, for the red team. They've got to kill this Druid quickly or rotate away immediately. The Chrono's going to move away immediately. I like that. Needs to hold, needs to support the team so these nodes can be continuously held. Really doesn't want to give middle away to the blue team either. They succeeded not doing it. Erozik fighting for his life here in point A. Does have to concede the node, but now that Zintrex is here, will be able to actually take his foot off the gas pedal at least for a little while. It's 35 seconds in the match. If red team just gets ahead, they should be in a good position to win. They need to not give away kills though. Kills are very relevant.
Meu Deus do céu, viraram, guys.
Eles
viraram.
Reaper trying to hold in a really tough matchup, honestly. Has to concede it now. Will be able to pull away, but is replaced now by the Vindicator. Red team trying to lurk around. Blue team going for a cap, but that's not going to be good enough. They need 2 nodes and some kills. Well, awesome kills. 10 seconds left. I think red team has actually done it. I don't think it's possible for blue to win. What an insane comeback from both teams, honestly, right? Insane comeback from both teams. But red actually lock it in and get it done there. Wow, nerves of steel there from the red team.
Que jogo.
Wow. Very nicely played there. Very good rotations, I think, actually. Very good rotations from red, especially towards the end of that game.
Não achei que era possível não essa virada aí.
In it, trying to hold on to these very important, vital nodes. Very good. Impressive, impressive. Oh, let's see. Is there anything? Oh, there is another one going on. I thought Payne was playing in this AT. I've completely ignored him. What is this name, Enigma?
Time do Nésio.
Okay, we have first aid kit here on the Spectre. We have Enigma on Chronomancer. Payne, aka Kingslayer, here on the Daredevil, I believe. We have Caspi on Untamed, and we have Nezio on the Reaper. Not playing, I think Nezio plays on NA a lot, actually. Back to EU this time around. Interesting to see it, and I guess, you know, whoa, that's the end of the game. Never mind. Well, it was an intense match, but it's over now.
Ó, o time do Nésio ganhou
in contention and was able to defeat the lethal. I don't know what this team name is. I don't know what any of these names are. But you know that other team that played really well? They beat that team. Wow. Very exciting. That might be the end of that round, and I think we might be going to elimination. We absolutely are. We're going to be seeing this team, Enigma Payne team, going up against Ultra Scuffed. And that will maybe be followed up by the winner of Zintrex versus Slaugui, or whatever. We have Gur versus Insomnus. And Kill versus me.
Double Res Mesmer, nem percebi o Potatão, o Calanguinho. Acho que foi, hein, mano. Naquela parte, naquela fight, né, que eles viraram. Cadê o Potato pra gritar o Vintage?
Yeah, Frankie Foefire is
pior que no europeu nem tem o in-trade, né? Nem tem essas coisas.
Party time, just finished core. Hashtag Guild Wars 2. Hashtag this team. Blue team going through here as well, and I assume it will be Draza on the Deadeye. I'm kind of expecting to see Draza on the Deadeye here.
Time do Draza e do Azurs.
Competitive matches as well. I do think the lack of Thief was quite problematic for them on their Kyhlo game.
O outro time eu não sei de quem é não, esse time vermelho aí.
And I think the really spicy
já é as quartas de finais, guys.
I really wish people would just use names, because I have no idea who some of these people are. But anyway, the match begins. On the red team, Ultra Scuffed, Vindicator, Druid, Chronomancer, Reaper, Daredevil. On the blue team, it's Nezio, Reaper, Caspi, Untamed, Kingslayer, a Daredevil. We have the Chronomancer support from Enigma. Here he is. And we have the Spectre.
O time do Drazi é o melhor que tem. Sim, sim. O Drazi, na minha opinião, o Drazi é o melhor jogador de Guild Wars 2 atualmente do mundo, assim. O moleque joga demais.
They've captured a node and they're also successfully pressuring.
Mas é aquilo, né? O jogo é jogado, né? Então, no papel o cara pode ser melhor, mas vai saber, né? Pode dar lag, pode errar um dodge aí.
Extending massively is definitely not the play. The Rotator already under pressure though, actually. Maybe looking for a kill though onto Nezio. Does Nezio know the Thief is here? Should do, actually. That should have been communicated to the team, actually, but needs to be a little bit careful. Blue team pushing very aggressively onto Gornet now. Gornet in a lot of trouble. Is the support from the Chronomancer going to be good enough? There is the Shroud available here. All over the place. But Gornet still getting chased down, actually. Support from the Chronomancer is going to be good enough. That super speed, very, very nice, actually. Capablanca moving in as well to defend the Necromancer. And boom! Lands it. There's so much damage on the Vindicator. That Greatsword burst is really, really massive, actually. No way that can be revived through as well, of course, on the blue team.
É, guys. Conde Reaper tem em todos os times. Todos os times, sem exceção, tem Conde Reaper.
However, the Rotator in trouble. Druid going for the survival,
time forte, né, que eu diga.
That's not going to happen.
Desse time que foi para as quartas de final, nenhum dos times estava sem Reaper, mano. Todos têm que ter pelo menos um Conde Reaper. Pelo menos um, né?
In this particular matchup, but we have Gornet moving in. Need to be careful of respawns though we have the Necromancer and the Chronomancer coming back, so Gornet and the Druid need to watch out here. They need to not overcommit to this. As we have them slowly traversing that. Looks like they're going to be going for middle though, not going into this fight. Red team are going to have to respond. Yep, we already see that response there by the Chronomancer and the Necromancer matching. It looks like the Druid is going to be left to kind of be annoying. Maybe the Rotator, the Thief, going to come in to help, actually. Try to deny this note, but team fight about to get started over here on middle. Here we go. You know, it feels like the good old times. You know, Reaper in the team fight goes with the Thief, but actually Nezio already getting a bit of a beating here in this fight. Gets ported away there by the Chronomancer. Love to see that rifle ability in effect here. And now Gornet is going to be the one under fire. Capablanca consistently going after this Necromancer. Nezio not able to connect perhaps as well as he wants, and actually isolated a bit from nice attempt.
Ele tentou fazer fake jump ali, o cara não caiu não.
But does get completely forced away, and red team doing a good job in these fights. However, the blue team is handling these side nodes very, very well. Fly and the Druid are eliminated. The Untamed and of course the Daredevil, I believe. Just a huge amount of damage output here. It's a double Thief setup here as well for the blue team.
O time azul tá abrindo muita vantagem,
very mobile. Certainly not as concerned with the team fight
ganhando
as
as fight
red
ainda tá com todos
a little bit lower damage output on some of these side node builds, I think, from red, and blue is able to capitalize on that. And there you have it. Blue team holding firm.
Mas esse mapa é mapa que é até fácil de virar a partida.
Another use of the portal though. We
não tá
look at that.
Não. Tem jogo ainda.
Making Trig very happy, I think, to see the usage of this ability in such high prominence in this match. Nezio, though, getting beaten down. Chronomancer going to do his absolute best to keep this Necromancer alive. A bit of support is not coming in there. Ooh, the Shadow Portal there from Pain. Wow, we are teleporting everywhere. Going to get reported for hacking pretty soon, I think, if you saw that in your ranked game.
Foi uma team play bonita, mano.
Blue team a little bit separated, but I think they want to disengage. They want to fizzle this fight. Fighting here is definitely not going to be the play. They've got the point of Ooh, that was a very weird Necromancer Shroud 2 there from Nezio. Some nice movement there, getting over to these logs, I guess, to climb up there. And Gornet just gets annihilated. Tries to get up there, but not everyone can do the Shroud 2 spin to climb up there. Utter annihilation onto the red Necromancer. Red team definitely in a little bit of trouble right now. not able to really take the advantage of winning these fights. They were doing a good job of in the early game and turn that into something with the map. And yeah, Blue Team just kind of on a rampage, looking to pick up the Chronomancer. They're able to do
salve Dalton, meu querido. Boa noite, mano. Boa segunda-feira.
They don't have many options. It's going to be
cara clica diferente, né?
Buffs as well. I mean, look, this is a Thief map for a reason.
Joga
Both
muito
buffs are
Nésio
secured
mesmo,
now
mano.
by the Blue Team, so that's more defense, more damage, and guaranteed stomps. I mean, this is not looking good whatsoever for the red team.
Esses dias ele comentou num shorts meu no YouTube falando que eu jogo bem, eu fiquei mó feliz.
Just wait for a respawn, try and get a regroup, and then take some of these fights.
Que ele joga pra caralho mesmo.
Right now they're just getting picked off pretty much and completely bullied away from the nodes by their opponents. Some good play here from Blue Team, some good strategies, I think. Capablanca's going to go down, and I mean, I don't think Red Team can be affording to hemorrhage kills. They're going to have to do a miracle comeback if they want to win this game. Very much like we saw in the last matchup, but I think that's going to be very much easier said than done. It certainly wasn't easy on the SkyHammer match, and it's certainly not going to be easy here. I think it's also very hard to come back against a double Thief comp as well, because those two Thieves are just going to be incredibly annoying. Very, very annoying to deal with, I think. And will slow the map down as soon as things start going back.
O time azul sobe muita vantagem, agora já era. O vermelho não volta mais não, guys.
That's exactly what Thief is great at. Kingslayer is being chased on by the Rotator, and boom! The kill is landed, but look, the Spectre in stealth might be able to get this revival here. It's going to be tricky. Oh yeah, the Time Warp comes down there from the Red Chronomancer, but it's not going to be enough. And yeah, nice res by that Spectre. Very well played there by the blue Spectre here. Goes for the decap now and again. That aggression, that potential advantage gets blunted
Spectre,
by the blue team. Now with a 200-point advantage. Yeah, this is tricky. Very, very tricky, I think. Red, they have now restabilized though. All of their players are back and the buffs are starting to, well, the buffs are gone, but blue team just got them again. The Rotator gets healed up, got pressured very heavily. Now wants to go for Nezio, I think, on this Reaper. Can he find the kill here? The support is good from the Mesmer, and the Time Warp comes down as well. Oh, so annoying. Leads to the death of the Rotator. The Necromancer pressure is too much. Capablanca also looking to fall here as well. Oh, that Reaper damage. Just absolutely merciless there from Nezio. All those shouts going off. The DPS is big. Looks like the res might come through onto Capablanca. It absolutely does. But I don't think it will onto the Rotator, that's for sure. And blue team, again, kind of just getting... Obviously, they probably would have preferred a little bit cleaner than that. But it's good enough. They'd love to have get that second kill, but getting one is certainly enough at this stage in the game for them. 109 to 361. This is not looking good. Revelation 1992 is going to be winning on NA. Rank 1 legend on NA servers feels good, but I think this game is kind of all but over if we're being completely honest here. I don't really see a way for blue team to actually lose this. If they keep playing this without completely throwing, I think they have got this one in the bag, and they are going to be moving on to the SemiFinals, eliminating a very powerful team,
muito forte, né? Muito opressor, né, mano?
Some of the most legendary players in Guild Wars 2 PvP on the EU server,
at least. Além dele ser muito forte, ele ser tanker, dá dano. Tem uma movimentação boa. Ele ainda tem a questão que você joga com Demon Queen nele e você cancela qualquer res, né? Então você countera a res dos inimigos ainda, countera a melhor coisa do suporte inimigo. Pô, é muito forte, velho, tá muito opressor. Tá simplesmente muito forte.
That's going to be one node maybe secured versus the two for their opponents. Untamed already back in the mix. Some good snowball denial there as well by the red team, the blue team rather. They did not overcommit. They didn't allow their opponents to get that 2 or 3 kills to really get some serious momentum going on the map. Here we go with the Untamed. Plonks down on the node. Thief does get the decup there. There's the Rotator, but at this stage, blue team know that they only need 1 or 2 nodes. They don't need to worry too much about the entire map. Kingslayer goes down, and 2 Thieves stalling this, maybe a little bit overstaying their welcome here. That's for sure. But again, only 1 player dies. They're on their close node. They actually get a kill on the Druid here as well, so they're trading a player there with the Thief. Their support is here, the Necro is here. They're very well established to kind of bunker this down at least for a while until they're able to get a bit of a reset here. Nezio in some trouble, but actually has Shroud, has his heal skill available. Should be completely fine here, at least for the time being.
10 elevado a N stacks de bleed, exatamente. Não, e sem contar que ele fica te botando 10 conde diferente toda hora, né? Bota blind, shield, weakness.
Does get spiked a little bit there by the Thief, but should be okay, I think. Yeah, gets up onto the kiting spot again. Massive heals from the Chronomancer. Coming through there. And there's the double cap coming through. Red team goes for the sword buff. Might actually get that. Nope. Kingslayer is able to intercept. This is Pain, by the way, of course. But I do like the account name. Yeah, I think that's basically a GG being called there by Fly. He is no longer moving the entire...
Semifinais agora, hein? Time do Nésio contra o time do Zintrax. O time do Nésio eu acredito que seja melhor em questão de players. Mas eu não sei exatamente no time do Zintrax quem que tá lá. Vamos ver a outra partida. Time do Drazi contra o time do... do Josh.
Still playing Necromancer as well, and Cool Guardian as well, of course, from Zeolith. Syndra on the Deadeye, very high mobility, and the Dragon Hunter as well. Very interesting. How is this going to play out against him? We do see the Thief from Draza. That is not a surprise whatsoever, and it's going to be power forward.
DH é bom nesse mapa, hein, mano. DH é bom.
Very exciting stuff.
Interessante. O Drazi tá indo de Dead Eye, né?
We go. So Temple, definitely a map that is going to be exciting, going to be
sim,
very spicy. Both teams pushing by the looks of this.
Brabo demais ele, mano. Brabo demais.
The Deadeye sneaking on over there to intercept the Ranger, and of course the Deadeye on the blue team doing the exact same thing. It is going to find the Necromancer though. This is going to be a little bit uncomfortable, I think, for Tak Necro.
Red team wins a capture point.
If we do see a decision to engage, looks like it's now going to be happening over here. Necromancer moving towards middle. Of course, the blue team already have their Necromancer there. Chronomancer just kind of holding that with the Vindicator, as of course the red team did decide to actually move the Ranger over here at the same time. Untamed pushing in. Was reinforced, of course, by the Deadeye from the blue team instantaneously.
O time vermelho começou com vantagem na rotação do mapa. Eles escolheram a melhor rotação.
The Untamed in a lot of trouble here, actually. Gets taken out there. Draza's Deadeye proving to be quite lethal onto the rest of the blue team. Ooh, and a very nice steal there. Of course, you can always get that interrupt, even with stability. Thief steal will interrupt the ability, but actually, oh no, Draza actually bonks into the Guardian line and gets taken out.
Foi pego, hein? Foi pego.
Big bonk there, massive guard
pego
line
no
there.
CC dos Guardian, mano.
Putting in the work and gets destroyed. So kind of a one-for-one trade there, in fact, from these two teams. Necromancer here is going to be on middle here from the red team, alongside the Chronomancer.
Esquema das armas para as classes só com a expansão nova? Sim, Calango, só com a expansão nova.
Lots of DPS, Necromancer and
só com a Shadows of the Obscure.
And they're okay with that, because of course we do have the Red Ranger and Vindicator locking this down. Meanwhile, the Deadeye from red team is securing middle. So they say, you know what, we don't really care about middle, the Temple rather. They're okay with that. They just say, yeah, we don't really need to fight over middle right now. We can afford to kind of waste you guys. And you can see what happened there. Blue got a little bit trolled. They had 3 players on middle essentially doing nothing for a good chunk of time there because of that decision to just disengage and just let the side nodes play out. However, we do see a very swift interception of the Deadeye.
Tiraram o esquema do Free poder usar as armas? Sim, Fabião, tiraram, mano. Era bug mesmo.
And will end up getting taken out. They get sniped actually by
the other
Deadeye.
Já faz uns 3, 4 dias, eu acho.
No, there will get stomped to respawn quickly, but yeah, there was no response to that and not able to disengage in time. But meanwhile, red team did take that as an opportunity to push into middle, successfully decapturing the node and going for that full cap. However, there's no
jogão, hein, mas o time vermelho tá jogando melhor. Tá controlando melhor o mapa,
guys. Is moving into reinforce. We'll be there in a couple of seconds. Can the Untamed hold on to the node? Looks like the answer to that is yes. I think the Vindicator arriving is going to prompt the immediate disengage here from Syndra to go towards middle instead. Tak Necro probably going to be a potential target, but bear in mind,
ele é bom nesse mapa, só que a galera precisa jogar, ser burra, né? Para ele ter ganhar valor. E o problema é esse, né? A galera de lá não é burra.
Keep the Necromancer safe, but it does not matter apparently. As the support is good. Ooh, but the Necro gets pulled back in again. But a massive continuum. Look at that huge continuum shift burst.
Nossa, que roubado,
Resustains Tak Necro quite nicely.
Necro saiu full life, mano.
Red team looking really good right now. Looking really good right now currently. Buff's about to come up. Buff's now up. And actually, blue team not in a good position to actually go for these. The Dragon Hunter was trying to stall it, but actually just got caught in a massive CC.
TH agora foi muito juvenil, velho. Foi de peito aberto no meio dos 3 caras. Bom res, hein? Bom res.
Quite nicely, but blue team need to do something. They need to resolve this now. They are currently losing the map massive. They're losing a lot of points. They need to figure out how they're going to handle this buff. They need to get it quickly and then move on very, very fast. Are they able to do that? They killed Tak Necro here. Can't be intercepted either. That's just going to be an immediate stomp there from the Necromancer before moving on. But red team still controlling the map very, very well. Azza's holding the fort here quite nicely into the Ranger. Thief gets some neutralizations across the board, but actually the blue Necromancer completely out of position here. Does not have any support. Had to drop down to run away. The Guardian had to stay up to continue contesting that buff. Giving that away at this stage would certainly not be good. That is for sure. Blue. What's their play here?
Ninguém ainda, guys.
Kind of getting out-rotated, to be honest.
Templo é mapa muito fácil de virar jogo. Se você conseguir jogar pelos objetivos dele, você consegue virar o jogo muito fácil, tá ligado? Se pegar, por exemplo, de baixo e de cima juntos, né? Você consegue virar o jogo, tipo, sei lá, você faz 200 pontos em 1 minuto. Muito rápido.
Now doing a good job of actually neutralizing stuff here as well. Thief grabbing that node, taking advantage of the lack of enemy Thief to get some work done on the map. Draza will be back very, very soon, of course. Ooh, and this Blue Ranger needs to not die here. I don't think Blue team can really afford to have any kind of 1v1 deaths whatsoever. Vindicator doing well. Some really nice evasive action there by the Blue Ranger, though, able to just barely hold on until the Dragon Hunter arrives. Maybe even turning it around onto Azza's. That was very close to falling damage death, which would have been extremely funny, but also quite unfortunate for the red team. Doesn't happen, though, so it works out. But actually, the Ranger gets taken out regardless. Oh, there comes the stomp as well with Draza moving in, landing that Shadow Step stomp, an assassination attempt, a successful one of that. I guess not an attempt.
Just like that.
Essa morte fodeu muito eles agora, mano.
Blood Boing stack interrupted. Look, you guys have got to get the Covenant together, as it's not going to work. Still all to play for, though. Definitely not a game over yet. Red team certainly with a pretty nice advantage here. I'm actually going to very briefly hop into the other game. I hate to interrupt the flow here, but I really want to see what's happening in this other game. If it's a close match. Oh, okay, never mind, it's not a very close match. Okay, I don't feel guilty anymore. We can go back to the other game. Here we go.
O time do Nésio vai ganhar. Vai pra final.
Here we go.
Vai ser o time do Nésio contra o time do Draze. Jogão.
That's okay. Has this game failed? Ooh, blue team actually get the top buff here. And bear in mind, both buffs are about to come up there. This is where the game can really change. Like, everything can change now. Whoever handles this set of rotations the best can get a huge advantage. Actually,
o time azul conseguiu
blue team
mas o time vermelho tá com double node, não adianta.
Right as these objectives.
Quem ganhar o de baixo
ganha o jogo, absolutely no way. Oh, I don't think blue team can contest this.
Free.
Blue team can't contest it. Tak Necro immediately grabs Tranquility. Blue couldn't push through. They couldn't push through in time, and red held it. Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. That is incredibly unfortunate. There was no response. I think maybe they didn't even see it, potentially. They weren't aware that was happening. They thought maybe the Necromancer was elsewhere or simply rotating in. But an immediate triple cap, it does get neutralized fairly quickly to blue team's credit, I suppose. And they were able to actually kill the Chronomancer. And it looks like they might be able to pick up Power Forward and Azz at the same time here as well, which would be some pretty big wins here. The Deadeye really doing his best to try to eliminate this Vindicator. Might be able to finish the job, actually cannot finish it, as of course we have the Deadeye from the red team rotating in to quickly put an end to those shenanigans. Shadow Portals away, though, actually does the blue Deadeye back into the mix almost immediately. And blue team do actually kind of, you know, in a weird way, they get the better end of that. Like, they did lose the they lost the triple cap, but of course they killed 3 players for that and were able to neutralize pretty quickly. So if anything, that kind of worked out in favor of the blue team, to be honest, although maybe a little bit unfortunate to give away that buff so quickly, I guess. There you have it. And we have the blue Deadeye sneaking on in. Gets that decap, and I like the choice to just decap here and get back into the fight. Right now, blue, they're in a good spot. They need more, though. They want to get these kills. They want to keep it up. Goes back, actually. Wants to go for the full cap now, actually, seeing that the fight is going to be fairly solid here in middle. didn't see a good opportunity to maybe provide any value. Necro
Pô, tem chance ainda, hein? Mataram o Necro ali, a pontuação tá bem perto agora. Eles voltaram bem na pontuação, mano.
He might be able to drop down at this point. Is getting supported by the Chronomancer very, very nicely. Here comes the healing. Actually, if blue team can get this top buff, I think they're going to be very, very happy with that. Can Azaz deny it? Is able to do so, actually, with a couple of hammer auto attacks. A couple of hammer abilities there, but might have to trade his life for it. Things are getting a little bit dicey for the red team. They've got to be careful here. Azaz might tick out to Collins. The support is just barely enough to keep him alive. Has the block, has a little bit of cleanse left over there. Of course, he's got the salvation train line, so dodging is going to remove a condition as well. But I think it's not going to be enough. The Reaper is still in very much hot pursuit. The support, though, maybe it is actually going to be enough. That the support is good. The Guardian is out in play as well with a revive, if it is so necessary to use on this player. Red team, though, they're slowly managing to get back onto the map there. Not enough kills coming through. The Dragon Hunter actually gets caught in the crossfire. The CC is good from the blue team, but I think it's going to be enough to actually get the revive. Oh, never mind. It actually is. The revive is going to be good enough there. The Guardian is able to get that Signet of Mercy off. Has to really load these virtues, though. Needs to keep the support coming. That Dragon Hunter is getting massive, but oh no! Wait, was that a cancel or just like with the ability usage so fast I didn't even see it? Might well have been, I'm not sure. Might have just been very fast activation, maybe some slight lag there. Looked like it was a cancel or need focus, but maybe not. This Necromancer, the Dragon Hunter rather, is still desperately trying to get away. The Guardian is completely dry on cooldowns at this stage. Oh, a nice blink though from the sword is able to just barely escape there. Oh, doesn't land the pull on the Deadeye, but it doesn't matter actually. The sword 3 is enough to get the kill. Wow, really chaotic segment of this game. What is going on here? Dragon Hunter tries to get some pressure, but ends up taking a lot of damage themselves. My God, is that going to be a rally? Oh, didn't actually manage to get a hit. They tried to move forwards to get a hit and then go for the rally, but they aren't able to get it, so no rally onto the core guard. Could it somehow be revival? The downside symbol is being used, but it's not going to be enough. Oh, what a insane sequence of events there, but goes very well for red team in the end. They do lose their Deadeye, but they completely cripple the offensive of their opponent, securing the top buff, getting another kill on this Dragon Hunter. And they're in a very good spot now.
Dragon Hunter é muito apanha muito pra Hammer Vindicator, né, mano?
Really good momentum now. They're going to
Hammer Vindicator engole o Dragon Hunter vivo.
The Reaper is in the mix over here, pushing into this Untamed. They get that top buff there. So as soon as they have that node, their point gain is going to be very, very good. Reaper is giga dead here, to be honest, as the Deadeye comes in. But
é jogão até,
yeah,
é jogão.
The points, they do not lie, my friends. They do not lie whatsoever.
Já era. No, double node com buff.
É
4 node, guys. É 4 pontos por segundo. GG, acabou.
Dragon Hunter now does get back into the mix, of course, into this fight, and it's not unwinnable by any stretch of the imagination, especially seeing as Necro did get eliminated, but blue team needs to win this fight in the next 10 seconds, pretty much, or I think they are completely out of time in this match and out of time in this tournament. And we're going to be seeing the red team go forth towards the finals to actually face the Enigma's team, potentially.
Olha o range.
Okay, let's see. Can red team close this out?
Tudo na real, tem que jogar muito endeusado pra funcionar, verdade, mano.
By the Dragon Hunter. They should be able to turn this around, probably into a kill. Yep, there we go. Boom. Okay, okay, it's not over. 3 minutes is tough, though. Deadeye is going to desperately try to reinforce and get over there. This fight needs to be a big blast in favor of blue. They've got to crush this. Can they make that happen? The Necromancer from red team is back. If they can get this killed very quickly, there's maybe some hope here. However, the Guardian is getting mega focused and is completely out of stuff. Is going to go for the kite. Looks like Necro might fall. Nice kiting here by the Guardian. There's the kill. Can they actually manage to win this fight? Here's the heal skill. It is available. A good fight from blue. A very good fight from blue. Okay. They've got their Ranger in place. Exactly what they want to see. I don't think... Oh, they don't need a double. They don't need a triple. They need a double, though. A single isn't enough. Tranquility's up again. Surely we don't see a repeat. Nope, we do see an interception this time. Oh, it's the Dragon Hunter, though. I don't think the Dragon Hunter is going to be comfortable in this matchup whatsoever, but kind of has to. This is one of those desperation moves. You got to do what you got to do, and this is what the Dragon Hunter has to do. Has to hold this.
Rapaz, tem virada aí.
The contention is right now the upper buff at the same time. Thieves are 1v1ing. Honestly, if someone could win that, that's massive. If either of these Thieves is actually capable of killing the other, that could 100% actually be the deciding factor in this game. Red tries to defuse the fight. Necro goes for the decap. I think the Ranger should be able to just barely make it. The cripple is huge. The cripple is massive and actually guarantees the decap. It's very, very tasty. Oh, a really unfortunate scuffed port there from the Rangers, not taking where it wants to go, but Azaz is going to go down there. Is that revival? The poison should come through from the Ranger to deny that, and the stomp jump as well to boot that the Ranger wants to go for this node, I think, there. Meanwhile, the Thief 1v1 continues to kind of rage on here as well. Meanwhile, what's going on bottom buff? Yeah, that DH is not happy here, as you can see there. The Ranger doing a great job pushing that away, but not able to secure the kill. So as long as the DH gets the out of combat, I like that a lot from the DH. Should be able to intercept, gets the intercept. Yeah, this is exactly what the DH has got to do. This is good decision making here. And now we have the full capper as well on the altar. Things are about to get a little bit spicy. Content is happening.
Esse range não é normal, não.
1 minute. Is a single cap enough? It actually is. One cap wins the game for blue, assuming there are no kills. And of course, no caps for their opponent as well. The Thief 1v1 is still happening, but actually, no, it's not. I believe, no, it is.
Eu acho que não dá tempo, guys. Falta 1 minuto pra acabar o
Oh,
timer.
the DH died. That forces Sin to leave. He has to leave.
Nossa,
he can't allow this.
DH morreu.
Oh, no, but he can't really get away, though.
Oh, time vermelho vai pegar triple cap, acabou.
Hang on, the Ranger makes it, but
corre
it's
lá,
not going to be enough.
Já
and there's the triple cap.
Nossa, 6 cap, guys.
Triple cap activates as the top buff
6 cap, mano,
the
acabou.
Dragon is being revived, but that is completely over. There's no way. Oh, what an unbelievably close matchup here as well. Blue team were really crawling back into it, but that is not going to cut it.
O time azul teve chance, né, pelo menos. Quase deu chance.
Matchup there as well. That's some incredible stuff.
6 cap no final, roubado. Jogão, jogão. Foi a semifinal essa, agora vamos pra final. Guardian ganha uma pistola e o Ranger 2 fucking porretes. Não, o Guardian ganha 2 pistolas, o Calanguinho. É 2 também.
Yeah, the 6 cap. But well, we're going on to the finals now, and I think that's going to be a spicy one too. It is going to be.
Pra final agora, guys.
But not this.
Atira feijão.
Oh, what a place to end on. Legacy of the. Kill.
A gente ficou mais
Support
forte.
Chronomancer. Draza, gonna go for the Berserker. Let's see if we see, you know, going for a Thiefless setup here, actually.
Vamos lá, guys. Final. Drazi contra o time do Nézio.
Indicator. Power forward.
Suporte Crono dos dois lados.
Soul Beast.
Condi Reaper dos dois lados.
Condi setup, Berserker setup, in fact, rather. Yeah, no, the other guy was playing Condi. This guy's playing Power.
Ó, Spectre.
Berserker Amulet, ruin the Spellbreaker, ruin the
Spectre
Fireworks.
de um lado, Vindicator do outro.
Beast Mastery and Soul Beast. Of course, Tak Necro, one of those powerful French players in the game.
Drazi vai de Condi
Curses,
Berserker.
Death Magic, and Reaper. The Demon
Quasp
Queen.
de Double Base e Damage.
Amulets.
Kingslayer de...
On the blue team, it's Team Enigma.
Daredevil,
Nezio,
provavelmente Sword
Cassidy,
Dagger.
Kane, Enigma,
Não, Dagger Pistol mesmo. Clássico Daredevil, Dagger
so
Pistol.
it's a double thief.
Vamos lá, guys.
Double thief here, guys. Versus no thief whatsoever. Now, that is something you see every day. That is unusual. That is very unusual.
Hold on to your points.
Now, of course, this map does have a little bit of a predilection for some big fights, some big clashes, but you've got to bear in mind also, you can very quickly move across this map as Thief. Like, it might be a little bit difficult for the red team to catch up. I'm very
Quem ganha, o time com 2 chifres ou o time com 0 chifres? O que vocês acham?
We'll have to deal with a Spectre and an Untamed.
Deem seu
Of
voto.
course, we have Draza and Power Forward will be driving away Pain away from the waterfall, at least for the time being. So everything's staying neutral for now. Looks like blue might be able to grab middle unless the Untamed, the Soul Beast rather, is going to be able to stand on the node. Yep, the Reaper able to shove him away. So blue team picking up that node right at the start here. But red trading it by getting the waterfall. Of course, they had 2 players there to only the 1 of blue. Thief now looking to maybe intercept, but actually the red team a little bit too smart for that. They're already ready to go. And the Chronomancer and the Necromancer able to actually get a successful push.
Bom double node do vermelho no começo do jogo.
The quarry as well. However, that Chronomancer is getting nuked. Does go down, but is able to get to the portal. So should be able to be revived. I think we're going to see
Só que ele ainda bem que o cara morreu dentro da base.
Quickly, because that gate is not going to last long. Do they get the res? Yes, they do.
Caralho, mataram, quebraram o gate mó rápido, mano. Tá porra.
Yeah, blue team. Yeah, not going to go for it. Bear in mind, that cleanse mantra, when you channel it, you get a full Condi cleanse on yourself. A really powerful personal survivability tool there, actually, if you're able to actually get that channel off. But they escaped.
Foi uma boa, mas
with their
acho
lives
que eles
just barely. No Draza.
Era Dalton. Zero Chiefs.
Ready to go, in position, holding on. And red team grabs middle in all of that chaos there as well. Caspi getting Reapered to death there. The damage output of this Reaper is very, very high indeed, actually. Has to run away in absolute terror. Gets the super speed off there. Chronomancer then also comes in with support. Az is now under fire here, under pressure, under lockdown. Wants to get back to that Chronomancer. Chronomancer is responding now. There's all the good healing and all the cleansing, all that kind of wonderful stuff. Activates it. Free decal there for the Kingslayer, and this is kind of exactly what I expected. It's a lot of incredibly fast-paced little mini skirmishes and little mini fights here, and you can really see Draza actually gets Reaper to death there as well. Not able to,
foi o dia do Drazi hoje, hein, guys? De Dead Eye, ele morreu pra caramba na última partida, tá morrendo
prevent a lot of the
nessa.
damage application of the Warrior from preventing the Necro. Like, if a Necro's allowed to free cast on you, there's pretty
Salve,
much
salve,
nothing that can
Homerzada, meu
survive
querido,
that.
boa
It's going to be
noite,
so
mano.
much damage that
Boa
there's no way out
que
for you.
vamos.
You
Que
will
vem
die.
esse é o torneio mensal,
Very close
esse
match.
daqui é a
Very
final do
difficult to say who's
europeu.
winning right now, I think. Very, very close so far. No major advantage to either team, I want to say.
Aconteceu esse
At
sábado.
this stage in the matchup, it really could go either way at this point. Blue team trying to contend with the Waterfall's double thief here, though, and I think they're going to kind of struggle to actually have a bit of a presence on this node at this time. You can see that they're trying to find an opening, find a way to pick away at Azaz, and Azaz certainly is not going to be comfortable with two thieves jumping on him, but with the assistance of the Chronomancer now, and of course the Soul Beast, it's looking fairly comfortable here, at least for the time being. But here comes that Reaper, and we've seen Reaper be a bit pivotal in a lot of these fights throughout this entire tournament. Where the Reaper is, you have to be scared. The damage output is absolutely massive.
Jogão, guys, tá jogão, tá bem close, mano. Bem close.
And now we see the disengage, and red team locking on middle, but blue, they do actually have the sides. So red team has got to make something happen. Looks like they're going to be focusing on Az's node, I think, but he's getting driven away right now. Azaz moves in, comes in for the 2v2. Let's see how this one's going to play out. Looks like a kill might be coming through onto Caspi pretty soon, but Draza, he's got to be careful. Gets his heal skill off, and maybe that is their opening to go for the Ranger. Let's see if that's going to happen. Chronomancer and Necromancer also moving in there as well. Everything getting neutralized constantly. That is what happens when you've got two thieves on one team. Ranger here from power forward sneaks over to the other side of the map and is able to actually get that node. Meanwhile, red team, I think, should have a good... They should be winning this here. They have the superior team fight, of course. They should be in a good position to hold on to this node. They are outnumbered, though, I believe, as they have their Warrior on middle, so they're in a, they're in a 3v4, so cancel that. They're not going to be taking that fight. But red trying to hold on to the point.
Jogão, mano.
5 points ahead right now. There is no gate, which is a very humorous scenario, because running to your base can often be kind of a bit of a get-out-of-jail free card on this map, but absolutely not the case here, as the gate has already been destroyed.
Mesmo um dos times tendo dois Chief e o outro zero, né?
Right through.
Porque, teoricamente, o time que tem dois Chief deveria estar perdendo as teamfights.
That was definitely a big play there. A big move by red. They disengaged very smartly there. They knew they were going to be getting the cap on them. They knew they were a 4v3. They let their Thief do the work, the Ranger and the Warrior do the work, and they find themselves in a good spot. This is going to be a very tactical game. We actually might not see that many kills and really big conflicts. This might be almost a true conquest game of Guild Wars 2. It might be very oriented around moving your little chess pieces around the map and standing on the points. We might be getting a very conquest experience here. Having said that, both Azaz and the support Chronomancer for red highly under pressure, but they turn it around onto Nezio, exploding immediately with the combination of the Necromancer, the Vindicator, and the Warrior there. Caspi might be next on the list as well, and is in fact going to be the case. No
Estão blindando o Soul Beast lá do outro lado do mapa, mas agora vão blindar esse damage também.
We'll try and hold on to this node for as
long
as possible,
por elas, querendo ou não.
That's not going to be easy. Chronomancer is, not really a 1v1 spec right now. Definitely more of a, you heal people. Should be able to survive, though. Actually has the double shield block and a mantra, even a reset if necessary with Signet of Illusions. However, still not in a super comfortable spot. Necromancer is in play now as well.
Ainda tá close
needs to get back into that team fight over on middle to match the Necromancer of the blue team. But yeah,
exatamente. Essa galerinha aí, fi. Galerinha clica demais, mano.
So does have that disengage tool, but red team don't look to be letting up. Yeah,
os caras, além de clicar bastante, eles jogam muito bem em time, né?
Blink is going to allow the Chronomancer to disengage at least for the time being, but very low
sabem
on juice
rotar o mapa,
Continuum Shift is coming up there. There's Time Warp as well. That could potentially be pretty big. Red team, a little bit of trouble here, but again, the support is good from the red Chronomancer. Tac Necro, ready to go. Ready to pump.
É, mas o time vermelho agora tá abrindo muita vantagem. Se bem que o Soul Beast deles morreu de novo. Olha, a chance de snowball é grande agora, hein? O time azul conseguiu matar mais um. O snowball é real. Nesse mapa é muito fácil snowballar, guys. A base é muito longe dos Node. Então o player morre até ele chegar no Node de novo, demora muito tempo. Esse é o tempo que você usa pra snowballar o game. Olha lá, morreu o outro do vermelho.
And actually, it's Azaz who does go down, though, actually. Combination of Caspian Kingslayer getting the kill there. That's going to leave Draza in a bit of an exposed position. Doesn't have his heal for a while, actually. Yeah, he's going to fall down there immediately. Massive damage coming from that.
Morreu outro, lá. Começou o snowball.
Pain. Very big DPS is now activating. Tac Necro also in a little bit of trouble. The pressure is very, very high onto that Necromancer. There's the kill, and blue team actually win both sides of the map simultaneously. This Soul Beast is also in a huge amount of trouble. Doesn't quite tick out to the Condis, but needs to get out of combat to reset that. Looks for a decap, but might get intercepted here by Caspi. I think very likely for that to happen, as that Ranger is now in play. Red team getting chased all the way back into the base again, actually, by the Spectre and the Reaper. Meanwhile, blue team setting up this triple cap there. Ooh, that's a big one, actually. That was a very brutal wipe there. From the blue team.
Triple node, guys.
Why is he going to go for a regroup?
E o time vermelho tá na base, travado base.
He's going to try to move through this,
o time azul vai abrir uma vantagem muito grande em ponto agora.
The Spectre maybe overstaying their welcome. Might well be doing so, and does get taken out. A little bit of maybe a little bit of slacking there in terms of movement. And red team brutalized the blue team off respawn, and it looks like we are going to see the Chronomonster fall as well. Oh no, Nezio getting revived. This needs to be responded to. Red team don't see it. Oh no. Actually, does that even matter?
Nossa, nice sneak res, mano. Nice sneak res. Muito bom.
Just
muito
barely
bonito.
Doesn't have swiftness or any mobility. Ooh, gets chilled. That's a little bit annoying. Gets the transfer off though, actually, with the staff, so might just be able to barely wriggle away.
Jogão, guys.
Still bleeding out there.
Alto
Pain
nível.
now in the mix.
Isso aqui é alto nível.
That wasn't good. I don't think that should have happened, to be honest.
Mas o time azul trollou agora, mano. A partida tava na mão deles. Eles deram a chance dos caras voltar. Eles podiam ter jogado mais safe, mano, mas eles deram tunnel vision. Eles entraram dentro da base dos caras.
Draza, of course, was successful in his mission to get the waterfall. He's kind of hanging around in between, watching if he needs to go into this fight, or, of course, respond to a rotation from a thief from the opponent. Ooh, and Nezio has to run away, gets absolutely nuked and locked down. Azaz wants blood. He's not done. I think he's going to find this kill. He absolutely does. Is there a revive potential available? No, absolutely not. Way too much damage. Red team is very packed here, though. They need to be careful. They've got to move. There wasn't a threat to the waterfall, so that's definitely very lucky for them. Are they going to find any more kills? It looks like the Chronomancer is going to be able to get the disengage. What about the Ranger, though? The Ranger on middle. Actually, should be fine. Should be fine. The red now with that 2-cap. Oh, it's really getting razor tight here, isn't it? Goodness me. 306 points. Red team will be slowly gaining right now. Very slowly crawling back into this game. Soul Beast disengaging. Gets supported. Again, red, as long as they hold this map state, they're all right. Blue are the ones who've got to do something right now. And you can kind of see that. A very defensive posture.
Tá jogão, mano. O mapa tá pro vermelho, mas os pontos ainda tá pro azul.
Going for the push. Here it comes. And yeah, you can see Nezio, like the red team, they want that Necromancer. They want that Necromancer. And oh my goodness, the Spectre actually gets caught, leaps in, and immediately nuked from orbit. Azaz going for it, drives the Spectre away. The stealth makes it a little bit too difficult to actually keep track of the Spectre, but very, very pressured. We'll be able to heal him again soon, but again, this of course means it's outnumbered. The Thief can't really participate in this fight. This leaves Nezio as a bit of a sitting duck right now.
Se ele é focado e a galera consegue dar dano nele,
the decup did come through that forces
ele toma muito dano e ele tem que pelo menos desengajar da teamfight. Fica muito
tempo fora da
teamfight.
Yes, they do. There's the Chronomancer.
Caralho.
Immediately destroyed. The immobilize locks it in. And now there's no way Red can fight. Red can't fight anymore. They have to get out. And the Soul Beast also falls. And Red team, they can't contest this. And middle will be captured by blue. That could be a bit of a game-winning move there. That was a very decisive victory.
Vamos pegar double node
agora. And they might be fighting more too. Bear in mind, these red team players, they are isolated, not on their home side of the map.
Yeah, I think we're just seeing almost
just suicide move here from TakNecro. Just wants to get on the point just to try and be annoying to slow it down a little bit. The Chronomancer arrives just barely in time. The game is certainly not over yet, but blue team have got themselves into a very, very tasty position indeed. We do have Draza. Should be able to bully this thief away, at least force a neutralization, but middle is now becoming a little bit of an issue for the red team. They don't really want to be leaving that neutral, especially when Azaz is down. They have to get that res. They have to. They do get it.
Lindo
That's mandatory, not optional at this point.
Caralho, ainda tem chance, guys.
Now they've got to see if they can turn
Sonho
this
tá
fight.
vivo.
Do they find the kill on Nezio? Nezio in a little bit of trouble. Does get stealth though, actually. There's the disengage, but actually Azaz, he wants it. He's going to find it. He does get it.
Meu
the
Deus do
cleavage
céu.
should be good as well. There's a lot of CC, a lot of DPS. Chronomancer arrives a little bit too late to get any kind of revival potential. Meanwhile, Kingsley kind of threatening Draza. This is so annoying. This is why not having a thief sucks. He thought the thief went here, but he didn't. He's actually off the map. It's still a 4v4 over here because there is a kill. But honestly, Red Car needs to get another kill here. Otherwise, they are going to find themselves in a bit of an awkward position on the map when the respawns do come through. Now here comes the respawn. But again, Red must neutralize this. This isn't... I don't think this is good enough. They need to get rid of this node here. Even with a double cap, they're still in trouble. Can they get it done here? Here on the waterfall, Caspi is in a 1v2, but that does mean Red Team is being outnumbered here on middle. TakNecro looks to be the target, getting heavily focused on the team. Look at that, too much. 4v1, nowhere near enough there. They do see a kill onto Caspi, but that is not going to be good enough. 5 points in the pocket for Blue from the kill of Tak. Should pretty much be locking in this game. I think Blue Team just needs to bunker down middle at this stage. And yeah, you can really see the power of that thief. It just forced so many 4v5s. Like, Draza was just not able to be doing what he wants to be doing in this fight, like getting these consistent engagements. Unless there's some kind of miracle decap, and I don't think that's even possible at this stage. There's too many players from the blue team on middle. I don't think there's any way this is recoverable, actually, for Red. Red team, go for it, and obviously that's fair. Like, that's what you should do, but it's 10 seconds.
Tem que decapar. Se não decapar esse mid, acabou o
10
game.
seconds. And they don't have 10 seconds.
Não vai decapar.
Thief also gets the decap.
Até ganharam a teamfight, né? Mas não deu tempo. Se fosse mais de 500 pontos o game, o time vermelho era capaz de virar, mano. Jogão, mano, jogão. É, o time de Double Tiff ganhou, guys. É porque esse mapa também é muito bom, mano. Como esse mapa é de snowball, né? O Tiff consegue ter muito valor. Mas foi jogão, mano. Jogão demais.
There you have it. Pretty exciting tournament. You know,
Parabéns.
Some matches not super hot.
É, não tá morto não, guys. Competitivo do GW2 aí, ó. Pô, jogão, mano.
Now, you know? Incredible.
A final do NA foi meio triste, né? Mas...
Yeah, that was pretty high tier. Pretty solid monthly automated tournament,
final do europeu aí valeu a pena.
Robust, if you will, I would say.
Jogão demais.
Yeah, you saw the thief doing thief
é isso,
there,
né? Acabou o torneio, guys. Guys, eu vou ficar por aqui hoje.